Just angry waves, wind, rain, mist. You know, just another typical day on the Pacific Northwest coast. Welcome to another video. Welcome back. If this is your first time, I apologize because this is not the norm at all. My name is Elias. I'm an amateur landscape photographer. I bring my experiences and my journeys to YouTube and also like to share some of the tips and tricks I've learned along the way and the mistakes that I've made along the way. Now the intro's over. If that kind of content interests you, consider subscribing. I put a video out every single week about this kind of content. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. All right, now that the intro is over. Good morning. It is now almost 6 in the morning. We are elevated today and it is interesting because this is not this does not look good. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it obviously, as everybody knows, rains a ton, and I decided for this video for this weekend I wanted to walk the talk, if you will, and go shoot out in the rain. Now, normally on a day like this I would go hit something like a waterfall or maybe more woodland photography, but I happened to check the weather on the coastline of Oregon today. It called for extremely low clouds, so I figured what better way to introduce rain into the equation than to capture moody coastal photography. My first stop, I am up here on a place called Mount Hebo, which I've never been before. It looks like a bunch of radio towers like area, but it's like a scenic view area. I'm not too sure. There's a little walk, probably a quarter mile, half walk down this trail I'm debating going on just to say I went down there and looked at it, because up here at the elevation I'm at right now is the peak. We are fully submerged in this marine layer cloud. I don't know what I'm gonna find, but then again, I'll never know what I'm gonna find unless I go and do it. So I'm trying to gather the courage and strength to put on my wet gear. By wet gear, I just mean my raincoat, and walk to the end of it and see what I can see. The drive here was absolutely terrible. It was foggy most of the way. It was raining. It was just low visibility. It was a very, very white knuckle drive, to say the least. Now I'm here to explore. Now I'm gonna go check some stuff out. This is not the only place I wanted to stop and shoot. A couple little spots I might go check out up and down the coast. I'm gonna stop rambling on and I'm gonna grab my stuff. I'm gonna walk out into this rain, get super wet, and just see what I can find. Let's do it. Not sure how much audio you're gonna pick up with this much wind, but as suspected, there's not much over here. We are in the base of the marine layer cloud. It's supposed to be a pretty spectacular view, which I can see. I see the potential for. I mean, we're obviously the highest peak in this entire area right now. Head back to the car, go find another spot. So obviously not the best choice for the first stop on this expedition, but that is okay, because if I did not walk out there, again, we've gone over this before in many videos, you just don't know what you're gonna get. It's tough because, I mean, obviously we are submerged in this cloud right now, so you're not gonna miss much. But again, it's good to get in that exercise of just doing it, especially if it's only like a half-mile walk, quarter-mile walk, whatever it is. It's not much, just go do it. I am soaking wet now though. and I completely forgot to bring a change of clothes. We're gonna head down the road. I'm gonna try to figure out where we're gonna go. I have a couple ideas. We're very close to a couple different things that might be cool. It just depends on what kind of mood we're kind of trying to go with. Gathering today is not going to be a above the clouds situation, as you can already tell. We are the highest peak on the coast right now. I'm thinking this is gonna be more of a get below the clouds, really close to that cloud level, and see the interaction it does with the surrounding areas. So I'm gonna head back down the hill, see what we can find. So I've just come across a break in the trees coming down the hill. We have a bunch of uniformed trees all aligned with each other. Now this is a great opportunity for a photo. Anytime you can find uniform trees in a row, that's visually pleasing, but anytime you can create separation between those trees, whether that be through the light, the way the light's hitting it, or in this case, the way the mist and the fog is hitting it, you have a recipe for something really cool. So I'm gonna step back out, put the long lens on, see if we can get a real pulled in picture of some uniform trees with the mist creating that separation forward and backwards, you know, behind it. So let's see what we can do. Things I do for the shot. That was scary. That was also stupid. All right, so a little bit of what I'm doing here is, now I'm no expert in woodland photography. I want to make future videos on that because I want to do more woodland photography. But what I do know, in these kind of situations, it is a lot better and helpful to create such separation, added with the mist, added with the fog, whatever the light, whatever is creating separation. It helps to add to that by keeping a more open aperture. So you have a more shallow depth of field, so you're not completely focused throughout the photo. You want to create separation by having stuff out of focus in the background or in the foreground, whatever it is. So whatever your picture you're taking, focus on the one that becomes your main line, and everything else becomes kind of soft and dreamy, and it just kind of looks cool. So that's what we're doing here. We're shooting at f5.6, which I like never do unless I just absolutely need the light for some reason and don't want to crank the ISO. Got some nice, sick, really cool uniform trees all up in a row, and we're just gonna take the picture and just see how it goes. I think that'll look quite nice. We'll see. Alright, so we're at the second spot. It does not look promising at all. Ugh, not to mention, like literally a mile south coming north, we just entered this giant cloud. Like, I couldn't see anything. I tried filming a little bit, but then it got super unsafe, so I stopped filming. But dude, there was no visibility. Absolutely none. Which tells me one of two things. One, the cloud coverage is so thick down here at the spot I want to go to that I'm not going to be able to see anything. Or when I do walk down the trail to the beach, this is called Short Sands, by the way. I haven't been here in a quite a long time, and I don't surf much, but the times that I do, this is my favorite place to do it. My thought is, when you walk out from the trail to the beach, we might be under that marine layer. I don't know if it's going to be like that. It's a long shot. How many times have I been wrong? I drove all the way out here. I've been driving a long time today. I still have a long drive back. I'm already here. I might as well get out and check it out. I just want to reiterate that I have no plan. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is that I came out here trying to find some low cloud coverage on the Oregon coast. I knew it was going to be very moody like this, very rainy, which is cool. I'm still just looking for that photo opportunity. And I'm just checking out places that I've already been, just kind of scoping it out. So just in case I might have lost you, I want to reiterate that I'm still trying to find something. Unfortunately, my calculations were not correct. Pretty misty here, just like it was up on top of Mount Hebo. What I was afraid of, coming around that hill, being completely zero visibility. I don't even know how much you can hear me right now, just because of how much rain there is, how much wind there is. Wind and rain are the worst combination of elements you could possibly have. Oh, do have something behind us here that I might bust out the big lens for. Other than that, it's just angry waves, wind, rain, mist. You know, just another typical day on the Pacific Northwest coast. That's how it goes. This is very difficult to film with the rain, the umbrella, the camera, just all the elements. It's not fun. It's not ideal. So I'm gonna walk through this shot real quick. There's a lot going on here, but there's a little waterfall on the far side of the cove, and it's got some really cool low clouds hitting the tops of the trees. So I got a portrait style photograph going on here that I'm gonna take. For right now, I'm gonna grab this photo, F11. I'm gonna bracket it with my shutter speed to get different exposures of it so I get all the detail in it because the sky is quite blown out. We're gonna grab this real quick, see how it looks. Now with that same aspect, I'm gonna do a landscape style photo. I'm gonna do two of them, one of the exact same picture. Sorry, I probably won't show that one, but I also wanna reach up and get just a minimalistic picture of the treetops because it looks so cool. The rain causes this softness that you see in the photo, and it creates like distortion almost. So when you get, not distortion like white, like noise distortion when you typically talk about distortion in the photo, but it creates separation from here to the waterfall, from here to the trees, and it's just really cool looking. So I'm gonna grab a photo shooting straight up at the treetops. Should be sick. I tell you, man, just as I thought there was gonna be no pictures of the beach itself, I look down. Sorry if I'm yelling. I don't know how windy it is, or I don't know how noisy it is with the water. There's a lot of elements that introduce like actual audio noise, so I'm trying to just be loud and clear and concise. But I happen to look down and see these 3 pebbles that have been left out from the tide. And as I've said before on this channel, good things come in threes. And as I point my camera down to them, I see that it's almost perfectly centered with the actual framing of the beach. So I was like, man, I gotta grab this. So this is probably gonna be my only wide angle lens shot I get. And I'm doing a focus stack, one on the foreground, one midground, one all the way to the edge of the cove. So man, I think it looks awesome. Very minimalistic, very cool. Might be a black and white. Got it. So that was a lot cooler than I thought it was gonna be, to be completely honest. It's one of those things when you go shoot in the rain where it's just like, you're constantly looking for something, but then you're always distracted by how kind of uncomfortable you feel with water kind of hitting you in random areas. Unless you're just completely soaked and you just kind of forget about it, it can become quite the cumbersome thing to deal with. So I feel like I don't capture as much as I could capture just because there's always that aspect of just like, man, I'm in the rain, I just want to get out of it. But I feel like I got some good photos down there. I feel like that was a really good use of my time, especially because I'm always like, dude, whatever circumstance it is, especially where the area that I live in, the Pacific Northwest, is raining 40-50% of the time of the year. If I'm only going to utilize those days that aren't raining, it just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to get very much done or much accomplished. So when it comes to creating content or taking pictures or just going out and doing something outdoors, you just got to accept the conditions. I mean, this is what it is. So I feel like we got some good ones though. Probably no bangers, nothing to add to like a portfolio status, but getting out and trying to stretching the creative muscles of your mind to try to see what you can see and do what you can do in different things. It just goes to show that, I mean, landscape photography doesn't always have to be mind-blowing sunsets or epic sunrises in a mountain range, you know? Like, it's just link to my last video. Well, that was a disaster. It's really cool to be able to conform to what you're given with this kind of weather and show your perspective in a very creative way, which is what I try to do with this channel. With all that being said, it's 9:30. I need to get home. I'm already late to let Goku out. I still have a lot of stuff I gotta do today, so I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. It's free. It's really easy to do. Just hit the like button. It helps my channel out a lot. I am still very new at this. If you like this kind of content, if you like seeing me going out and checking out different areas in my local area, traveling to different areas, if you like the Pacific Northwest, if you enjoy landscape photography, consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I put a video out every single week. As always, in the comments, let me know which picture was your favorite. Maybe a picture that you didn't like. Maybe you didn't like any of them. Let me know. I want criticism. I want constructive criticism. I want feedback. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.